Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, on this glorious Monday, I've got myself a Ribena. I'm going to be doing a Monday Members Mooch. It's still not the real stuff. This is still the fake freaking Tesco's own breed of Ribena. Anyway, so the Monday Members Mooch this week, I'm going to be keeping it mainly focused on No Man's Sky. I'm going to be talking about the meetup as well, but that's still No Man's Sky and all that sort of shenanigans. Anyways, let's jump on over onto the old Discordy side of things. Let's see if anyone's in the waiting room. I don't think there is right now, but if you do want to come and join us in the waiting room, oh, we've got Yogi waiting inside of the waiting room. Heck yes, we have. I could bring him in now. See what Yogi's got to say before I move on to the old show. Let's bring him in. Let's have a look, see what Yogi's got to say. So here we go. Well, how do Yogi?
Yes, hello, sir.
You're right, mate.
Yes, hello to me. If I'm not coming through okay, it's my teeth or an excavation done today.
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Yeah, I've got a fair few bits to cover off today. Just thought I'd bring you in, see what you've got to mention before I do so.
Yeah, well, we've got all sorts of things coming, Captain. I will be going to Guildford, bringing R2D2 with me, doing the virtual meetup and supporting you.
Cool.
A little bit of news on the Helpers Party, a little bit of news on Creatures and Creature Builder, and generally community things that are going on, so to support the community.
Righto. Okay, so you got a fair bit then, really.
Yes.
Do you need time to prepare any of this stuff, or are you ready to go now, or what?
You know what the topics are. You can just ask the question, Captain. You know, it's your show. You just ask the question.
Cool,
I just
yeah.
want to keep just fire a question over to me, and we can talk about Starfield if you want to do so.
Yeah, probably towards the end. Oh, okay. Shall I just press on with what I was going to do then, yeah? Cool.
You press on what you do, yeah.
No worries, sir. Just chuck yourself on mute for a bit. Coolio. Might be a minute, people.
Okay.
So let's just jump on over onto the Tinterweb side of things, peeps. Let's just minimise that. So, first of all, I wanted to touch on the next update. So the update that might be coming into the verse, all the things that we kind of know are on the cards to come into the verse inside of the next expedition. So this tweet was from Sean Murray around the time of Singularity on the 7th of June. So it's been a good 2 months now. Now over on their LinkedIn page, they like to say that an update will happen within a month to 2 months. So we're well in that threshold now for an update of some kind to drop, going by their own sort of set parameters. But you can see here part 2 of a 4-part arc was Singularity, which means there's still part 3 and part 4. Now I'm kind of hoping that those 4-part arc is all going to be delivered inside of this year, but it doesn't say that. They haven't put a deadline there, so it could go into next. I'm really hoping that it doesn't. So I was hoping that perhaps we might get another part of that arc in deliverance of, like, you know, an expedition, and along with more ARG clues, that's alternate reality game clues, which I think will come in part 3 and part 4. Then maybe a big update. I was thinking around Halloween. But if it is Halloween, they've really got to get a wiggle on in getting the next 2 expeditions out. That's if they're going to be delivering them both in expeditions. We don't really know. It'd be nice if there was more communication around times like this when it's a little bit quiet, just to give us an indication of what might be happening. Righto, something else that I think is on the cards, almost as a certainty to be coming into the No Man's Sky verse, is probably those space station type B. Now, they were put into the game files, probably by accident, by one of the devs that was inside of Hello Games, and they looked really swanky like this. They look more in keeping with the new Sentinelized ships and everything else that's been going on inside of the verse. And I'm wondering whether we're still going to see Space Station Type A's and then Space Station Type B's if we flip into maybe the Realm of Glass or the Void or something, or there's some kind of trigger, maybe off the back of a station override. Really don't know how they're going to be delivered in, but with the amount of work that went into them, I can't see that Hello Games is going to be binning these off. So I think they are going to be on the cards as being inside of a possible update to come, people. Okay, so another thing is also that desk with the two sort of banners behind them. I think factions might be coming in, and that could be why we've had to make a choice between the Atlantid or the Crimson Helms. And I'm thinking that's going to be like a bluey purple team and a red and blacky type team, like I've denoted there. And I'm wondering whether we might be able to run missions in a different sort of way from the actual Nexus, whether there be more behind the multiplayer aspect. It seems to be that they've reworked multiplayer, that you now need to have each other's friends' codes before you can run as a joint sort of unit. And I'm wondering whether that's got something to do with this new factions build in the background, and that's perhaps why we're seeing these conflicting bugs and hang-ups, because they're trying to run two different versions of multiplayer in tandem, and it's not quite gelling. At least that's what I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong there. So that's everything that I think could be on the cards for the next update. They're the three main things that I think are a very big possible win this year. Outside of that, I did do a wish list for 2023. In there, I cover off hoping that they might put in the super formula, true procedural generation, engine overhaul. I think the only way that they can really do that is if they do chuck in some sort of alternate realm. And then once you're in that alternate realm, perhaps there's restrictions. Maybe there's not base buildings. Perhaps there's no settlements inside of those systems. Maybe there's not as much fauna, or the fauna that you do get is a mega dangerous kind of fauna, like endgame sort of challenging type. I don't know, but I'm hoping that they can make the worlds more varied and crazy inside of that realm if they take away some of what they've added in with inside of the previous realms. Now, something else that I've done as a bit of a wish list is I've done various mock-ups, but this one in particular is one that I would love to see come into iteration, and it's all around ship overhauls in a roundabout way, giving us ship perks and ship class sort of missions and things to go on. So, if you do use a shuttle, it's got a mobile scrapping unit. You park it next to a crashed ship and you can scrap that ship that you've landed next to. I would like to see it where explorers, when you enter into a system, a bit like how we can from our freighters and scan all planets in the system, I'd like to be able to do that. But fly into the planet's atmosphere, then pop your scanner, and it highlights one of each building type. So you might get an alien monolith, you might get a habitable outpost, you might get a secure facility or a crashed ship or whatever, but it gives you one of each. So it sort of takes away the need of needing to have planetary charts all the time on your person if you're in an explorer. Ship perks, people, ship perks. I'm fairly sure you can think of other ship perks for different sorts of ships. Heck yes, and ship missions. So missions related to the ship you're in. So, maybe like if you're in a hauler, you can get more smuggling missions. If you're in a fighter, you're going to get more in-depth bounty missions. Maybe even taking out targets on planetary surface, stuff like that. So yeah, ship class change. I would like to see it that your ship actually levels up the more you use that ship, the more it goes up in class. So it goes from a C class to a B class to an A class to a S class on its own, the more you use it, rather than pumping it full of nanites. I don't really like the idea of just pumping it full of nanites to up the class. But I'd also like it that the modules that you can buy from the vendors are class locked as you're doing that as well. So if your ship's only C class, you can only put C class modules in, etc., etc. Making it more of a grind to get your ship up to an S class, but once you've got it there, it feels like you've earned it. And I think that would give a better balance throughout the game, because you can be an early day player, swap the game mode, get all the S-class modules in, pump it full of nanites, and have an OP ship that you can't really do too much with. It almost defeats the game and object if you go and do that. Or they could just get rid of that game-changing mode button until you complete the first universe. Well, anyway, people, I'll just take a little bit of a breather, have a little bit of my juice, and I'll have a look who's inside of the live chat, shall we? We have Joyroth in the house, Yogi. We have Adventures with Dread. Aye, aye, Captain. Well, hello there, Adventures with Dread. Adventures with Dread and Yogi both got content on Tube Review for No Man's Sky. Go check out those two channels. They're freaking awesome. We've got Mac UK, The Structure. The Structure, again, an awesome content creator, along with Dr. Pong. She's an awesome content creator too. And they both do No Man's Sky content. Go check out The Structure and Dr. Pong. They also cover other games as well from time to time. We've got Daniel Hipley in the house, Max Hayes. We've got JC Denton CZ. It's high time for an update, a big update, but I have low expectations. I hope they manage to surprise us and impress. JC Denton. Hit the nail on the head there. Pow! Yeah, the biggest update we've had in a while was Origins, and that was a while ago. I mean, the last couple of years have been like an overhaul to combat, and I just believe that that's leading somewhere. I'm hoping it's leading somewhere. I hope it's leading to some sort of end gamey type stuff for us to do that have been playing since day dot. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, lovely. We're 2 to 3 days away from the anniversary, says the structure. We are indeed, which makes me think that right now we would have seen Depot start updating. We would have seen sales start happening. We would have seen hype start to be built over on the old Murrayverse on Twitter. And that hasn't happened. None of those signs have happened. So I don't think we're going to see those signs happen until we unlock these emotes. Now, we're on the third emote now, and it's about 45% or so done. So there's a good chance we'll have that one unlocked by the weekend, and then the fourth one perhaps half unlocked by the other side of that weekend, and then the fifth one perhaps around the 15th of August, which is where I was placing and hedging my bets that another expedition may drop. But even if there was an expedition out that far, I would like to have seen some of the signs start to happen nowish around sales, as if they're thinking of doing that, which I'm not too sure they would. Coolio! So we've got Max Hayes there. I just feel that after the Frontiers update, they've completely forgot about exploration. It does kind of feel that way. There's 4 pillars to the game: fight, survive, exploration, and trade. Trade has kind of fallen off the frickin' table, hasn't it, as well? There hasn't been an update around trade for some time. And exploration, the last update we had on that was Origins. So for the last year or so, fight and survive have been getting all the frickin' updates, in my opinion, at the moment. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of a balance. We'll see updates that might touch on the other pillars, but we can only but wait and see. Coolio, oh, we got Fly J in the house. Well, hello there, Pi. He's actually one of my mates in real life. Hello there, buddy. He doesn't like No Man's Sky. He's just here anyway. Nice to hang out there, buddy. He plays Zelda, the new one on the Nintendo Switch at the moment, but he's looking forward to seeing Starfield come to the channel. He's also got an Xbox, I believe. Ventures with Dread. Hello there, Ventures with Dread again. Welcome, welcome. We've got the Progmatis, multiple freighters and options to conquer a Sentinel freighter and fight them inside. That would be freaking epic. I mean, we've got these robotic looking characters now, and we know that they're part of the autophage sort of family. We know they're kind of loosely related to either the Korvax or Sentinel, or a bit of both. Who freaking knows? It could be on the cards, couldn't it? And we have seen that they have added in these robot NPC characters into the game files. To what ends? Don't know. I don't know whether we're going to get some sort of robotic city up here or something. But, you know, that's overhype and speculation. And don't put it out there as expectation. Heck no. We've got Huckle Abductee. Hi-ho. Well, hello there. Coolios. And we've got Mike UK. Mike UK. You won't be getting ship customization. No, but we will inside of Starfield. I'm going to spend so much time just tinkering about making blanking ships. It's on the cards, isn't it? Yeah, so you've just read that title on the side of my mock-up, ship customization. I would love to have that to happen. And there's so many ways they could bring that into No Man's Sky. The way that I see it happening is we have a scrap vault. There's only a certain amount of pieces that go inside your scrap vault, say like 20 parts. So you scrap ships that you like the look of, and that gives you the parts. Therefore, ship hunting still remains definitely a thing. And then you can build a ship and make yourself this weird hybrid ship. And if they input all those ship perks, sometimes a part that you get from scrapping a ship can inherit that perk. So when you build this Frankenstein ship, it's got multiple perks attached to it. It would add an extra dimension to play, it really would. Well, I think it would anyway. Some people argue that it would take away from ship hunting. Selling ships and multi-tools, I think that should be on the cards as well. I think we should be able to get our ships approved that we've actually gone all the way up to S-Class and sell them for a heck of a lot more once they're pumped full of modules, and maybe even the kill count and everything that you've done with that ship, all of the legacy and history that goes with that ship. A bit like the Millennium Falcon, you know, if you're going to sell that thing, they've done the Kessel run in so many parsecs or whatever. You know, it'd be nice to have that sort of log with your own ship. Yes, you've taken out so many freighters and you've done this, you've taken out all these pirates. Your ship's worth a lot more because you've done all this. And that sort of ties into the missions, the perks, and the XP gathering for your ship. I just want more RPG elements in there. I want more reward for the time that we invest into this game, because it is a time sponge. And it just feels that it needs that payoff, you know, the balance. The balance needs a check. It really does. A little bit like they did in Next with all the refining and stuff. They gave balance a massive overhaul. I just think that needs to be redelivered into the verse because there's so much in there now. And as they do that, add a bit of depth to each of the areas. I got in a bit of trouble for that video that I did where I said it lacks depth. I think people just read the thumbnail and then sounded off without watching the video. So I actually changed the thumbnail to say, at end game, it lacks depth. When you first start, it's got so much depth, you don't know what to do. But once you get to be in Legacy and you've OP'd and done everything, it's like, now what? There's no depth at the end is what I'm going for. And that sort of adds us into living ship, void raids, factions, all that sort of shenanigans. There's a load of stuff on the screen now. You can pause that and take a better read. But I think you know what that's all about because I've banged that drum so freaking often about the void and the realm of glass that I don't really want to go over it again because it's a lost dream. It's just a text adventure. Right, okay. Right, so jumping over onto my community tab, I put out a poll. And I put with how lacking the news is and how slow these emotes are unlocking, which we've covered off. Thinking mid to late August for the next expedition. Also mentioned that around the 15th is where I think would be the earliest that we might see it. Part of me wonders if Hello Games might go ahead with a Starfield release in tandem to Starfield. What do you think? So, yeah, I kind of think that Hello Games is just going to ignore the rest of the world. It's almost like they've been living in a cupboard and they only come out at times to say, here's a new update, and then go back in their cupboard. They're very silent, aren't they? Maybe they're not even aware that Starfield's a thing. You never know. Well, that's how they just do their own thing, don't they? Hello Games. They just seem to just go by their own rules. So maybe they're not bothered. Maybe they feel there's enough room in the universe and inside the gaming verse for two games that are fairly similar. I mean, when I say fairly similar, I've had that argument with a lot of people as well. A lot of people say Starfield's nothing like No Man's Sky because it's got massive story elements inside of it. It has. But then again, they have said that it's about twice as long as Skyriming story. So even if it's like 60 to 80 hours, you know, No Man's Sky, according to Hello Games, has got 40 hours of gameplay in there, well, story play, or actual missions, actual proper missions, as well as all the new side missions and things that they've been introducing. So who knows? It could almost be comparable. But I was on about more the planetary scanning, the minerals, the flora, the fauna. All that is still very much part of Starfield, and you can just go off, ignore the story, and explore to your heart's content. There probably will be caveats to that. You might not be able to enter certain systems or land on certain planets till you've upgraded either your suit or your ship. We need to wait and see, because there is a massive skill tree. So, yeah, a lot of people have sounded off on this poll anyway, to see when it's coming in. 20% of people say not fussed anymore. For fuck's sake. Okay, and 50% have said it would be very silly for them to go head-to-head with Starfield. So, yeah, 8% say mid to late August, which is quite a low percentage. And 8% are also saying they think it might be pushed off to Halloween. So, yeah, it's an interesting poll that's rather inconclusive, to be honest, people inside of the viewerverse. Heck yes. So that's pretty much everything that I've got for you that is directly No Man's Sky related inside of the game. The next few bits that I've got are going to be around my merch, around my channel, and also the No Man's Sky meetup. So before I move on to any of that stuff, because that's only going to appeal to a certain amount of people, I'm going to jump back on over to Yogi, and hopefully Yogi's got something lined up for us that he can talk about over on the Discord verse, and we've got nobody else in the waiting room at the moment. So Yogi, take the floor. What's the most important thing that you want to be telling the viewerverse?
To switch off R2. He's misbehaving himself. There's so many things that doing, but the first is an announcement. I'm standing down as leader of the Helpers Party, and we're open to. I'm going to be the curator or the advisor of the Helpers Party, and that's going to be it. And we're going to factionize it so that there's PC, Xbox, and PSN, of which they'll have their own leadership, chairs, and committees. So if anybody in the verse is interested in taking on a role within the Helpers Party and run it the way they want to do, we have a Discord, we have a structure. I won't interfere. It's basically your game, and we'll do it for we've been going for 3 years. So That's what I'm proposing. So I stand down on Saturday at the meeting with Barbara Blaze and the rest of the committee. Basically, I've been doing too much, Captain. So that's the reason why I've got other projects that I can bring to the verse.
Well, I'm a key player for a delegation. I mean, it's like when I do the No Man's Sky meetup. I've got you doing the actual live stuff, which is great. Thank you very much. I've got Kurt who does all the raffle, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I've got Nella that does the quiz. Brilliant. All I do is walk around and hobnob. Freaking great. Yeah, just shake people's hands, say hello, do photos. Yeah, it's great fun. Delegation is definitely the way forwards, Yogi.
Delegations. The things about myself in this person, like Daniel, you won't mind me saying it, wanted this, and Klaus wanted this. This player wanted this, and I've decided that delegations. I'm not. Yep. I'm gonna. If you come to me, I will help. But predominantly, I want to get a team of helpers together. So if you are interested, my door is always open. Don't overcommit. You can take in any role. I will not interfere. I will just advise, and we have a full Discord there. So anyone who can commit a few hours, let me know. I have approached a few people, so that's that. So
Brilliant.
that's the help. So I've sent you a few pickies.
Have you?
Yes, on your group chat.
Isn't it here? How do I get to it?
You just click on the YouTube open chat.
Open. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Yes. Okay, let's have a look. See. Oh, I'm gonna move.
One is Kurt's new modification. We talked to Kurt, and it's a GIF, and it shows the animation of the new creature builder with its ability now to take parts off.
Oh my god.
And put back parts off.
Oh wow, that's pretty darn cool, isn't it?
Kurt's done it. We just advised him, and Kurt's gone ahead and done it. Spent over the weekend doing it. So
very awesome. I like that. That's very cool. Yep.
Yeah. So
very nice.
It basically now allows you to basically get your creature. You can see it takes the parts away, and you get now an accurate 100% creature. What we're doing is simplifying it. We're not trying to change the way you do it the way you want to do it. We're just simplifying it for people, so it makes it easy for anybody to do creatures.
Wow, you can make these airworms look freaking fantastic now, can't you? They look like proper beasts now.
Yeah, well, that's not my work. It's another person's work. But we've decided that we're going to do egg giveaways again with unique creatures, which I can't build, which aren't available in No Man's Sky. So what we'll do, if you're interested, Captain, it's sometime up to you, is it'll be 16 eggs for 4 people of one type of creature that we'll vote on. Say it's that worm there. Okay. Then basically, from that point of view, we'll have a selection of creatures, one creature at a time. Say you want a gigantic horror. Yeah. We'll do a gigantic horror, but you get one at a time. Predominantly, we'll run it 3 weeks with that, or 2 weeks with that creature, then we'll go on to another one. And it'll be once the eggs have gone, that's the end of the event.
Cool. So who put together those giant worm creatures? Can you remember the person's name?
Oh, yes, it's a gentleman called Mercenary.
Mercenary? Cool.
Yes.
Nice one. Well done to you and your crew, because I know there's a few creature builders out there, aren't there?
Yeah, there's Contagion Octavian, there's Throttle Jockey, there's Mr. Negative, there's myself. There's again, I'm not saying to anyone, if you want some help and have got an interest in doing things, let us know. And I'm going to touch on something that you mentioned. Now, I have to be very careful with. We are potentially going to do a ship customizer exactly like the creature builder.
Really?
Where you could import it doesn't take away from, and this is why I want to see what the audience reaction will be. It doesn't take away from people like Ricey. You still have to go and hold for the ships. But what it will do is paste the ship into the ship builder, and then basically alter it and change it around. So
interesting. Almost ship customization. Like a wizard. Okay. All right, cool. Well, watch this space, and I suppose, people, if that appeals. Right, is there anything else that you want to mention, Mr. Yogi?
No, it's just I'm coming down to Guildford to pick this Twitter for this baby.
Nice one. That's got a router built into it or something, hasn't it?
Everything built in: camera, router, emulsion, holographic projector,
Cool.
a lot.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we get to see that in action down at the meetup as well.
Yeah,
peeps.
we get to see that in action. So yeah.
Cool.
But we've thrown it over to the computer, the community, and it's entirely up to them how much they want to take part in and engage them. We've got lots of projects going on. Some I can talk about, other ones I can't talk about. But I'll always give credit where credit. Have you seen the Horde and the Corrupt Sentinel? Because we've now brought those into the game.
We were going to try it on Friday, but you said that it had been patched out, or have you managed to get it to work again?
My files got corrupted between my D and my C drive. It works fine.
Okay, Coolio. So yeah, that's the Horde. Maybe we can do it this Friday. Coming then, the Horde.
All right. Yeah. You know, shout out to that. So,
Sweet.
What's the reaction of the audience on the ship builder?
The structure says yes. I'm very excited for it. Yeah, and JC as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, it works like the creature builder, where you can copy the JSON file into the ship builder. Whether Wiki will do it or somebody else, but they're already looking at the seed generation modes on it. So you'll copy the ship from the save editor into the ship builder. It'll generate a template of the ship, and then you can take parts off it, like the ball and other bits and pieces, and recolor it and reseed it and that sort of thing.
So you would probably need to be on PC to get access to the JSON file. So it probably only work on PC. But if you've got a PC friend that knows how to use the ship customization, you can do a ship swap. Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still, you understand, the Xboxes and and PS5 and PS4s will still, and the PC will still have to look around for ships.
Yeah,
It just makes it a little more flexible. There are one or two customizers out there, but we're going to try and make it user friendly again, like the creature builder, because the creature builder's gone down quite well. So just this space, I'm not going to commit to it and say, and have the floodgates open and everyone says, make a ship customization. And as I say, Rice does a brilliant job, and other content creators like Mike UK, who's in the. I don't want to be treading on anybody's toes. We've come up with the idea as a collective and take it from there. So I'd like anybody's opinion on it. So
sweet.
You know.
Okay, cool. Well, watch this space then for a ship builder in near future, people. Righto. So yeah, we mentioned about the meetup. Yogi is now coming, so hopefully there's going to be a live element being covered, which Yogi will probably be in charge of, which should be great. So thanks for that.
Let's drop the link for the Discord, the virtual the virtual meetup.
Yeah, drop whatever you want inside of the live chat. That's more than welcome, sir. Yeah. I'm just going to jump back over to my Tinterweb, if that's everything that you've got for us, Yogi, and I'll start covering off some of this meetup stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So, going over to the meetup, we'll do that first since we've been talking about it. Kurt made this freaking awesome website for us, people. And it actually has a countdown on it, and you can see there, 20 days and 31 minutes. It's not long now, people. It really isn't long. It's nearly 30 minutes and 8 seconds. Lovely. There's a video there that's all about the Free Pigeons pub and what to expect, because we've got bits and bobs in there from last year, so that gives you a bit of a visual cue. But it gives you the full location, it tells you when it's happening, and everything that you need to know is on side of this website. And now there is a lot of images here from previous year. So yeah, you can go over here, take a quick look-see. Hello Games gave us all these boxes the other year. 30 merch boxes were provided by Hello Games. But also, a lot of people, including myself and others, have brought things to actually put into the raffle last year. So yeah, it's pretty darn sweet. I mean, let's make that a little bit bigger. I don't know whether I can make that a bit bigger. Yes, I can. There we go. A lot of different merch there. I think, yeah, that's pretty darn sweet, isn't it? I'm going to be taking a fair few bits along this year. So what have I got? I'm going to be taking... I've got 5 of these, which are my little biome boxes. Let's make myself a bit bigger on the screen there, people. Check it out. So yeah, these guys I'm going to be taking along. Like I say, I've got 5 of them. There's little ships inside there. I don't know if you can see them because my green screen is sort of making them go invisible. What else have I got? I got some. I've got some patches. So there's 2 patches in each of these packs, which I'm going to be taking those to put into the raffle as well. So there's those. I've got some postcards and some stickers to put into the raffle. And I'm taking along this, which is an ideas book, which I had actually printed and made up. And it says Traveller's Ideas on the front. And basically, we're going to be penning in our ideas into this little book. And then I'm just going to post this through their letterbox as a gift to Hello Games with all of our ideas in from the meetup. It's probably going to be soaked in beer and probably illegible by the time we're finished. But it should be quite good fun. Yeah, so there's that. And Nelladoodle has had 50 pens all printed up with No Man's Sky meetup. So they're going to be a nice little keepsake to take away. But it means that you can write in here and also take part in the quiz, and you're going to have your own pen as a keepsake, which is nice. I've got a t-shirt that I had printed. I had this printed on Amazon, and they've printed it a little bit low down. And yeah, because I'm not a very big person, that sits right on my waistline. So I'm going to give that away. It's a bit of a misprint, but that's going into the raffle as well, people. And now, what I've been working on for the last few weeks is a load of stuff. Little gift pouches for each person, hopefully. It depends how many people turn up, obviously. But it's got like a little ship there, like a little alpha vector and a knowledge stone and some crystals. It's got a dice in there as well, portal dice that I use. And it's also got an atlas card. Let me get them out of here so you can have a better look at these things. So it's got 3 things in each of these. And I've got a whole box of these. I've got probably about 20 of these packets at the moment. So there's the atlas card. Very cool. Yeah. And portal dice. Portal dice. And then there's a little ship diorama, which is like a little alpha vector on a planet with some dihydrogen and an atlas stone, like a knowledge stone. So yeah, loads of those. Let me see if I can bring the whole box up so you can get a better idea. Look at all of them! Got a whole freaking load of them. Yeah. So they're going. I'm going to keep 8 to one side. And they're going to be for the quiz winners. So if the people that win the quiz weren't lucky enough to get them inside the raffle, well, this are definitely going to be guaranteed one. So yeah. Lovely. So that's everything that I've got to take for the raffle and also to give to Hello Games. I also bought this Perspex plaque for Hello Games as well. And it's one of those ones that works off of, Spotify. You hold a phone up to it and it plays a tune. The tune that I chose was 60 Days of Static. And I'm hoping that I'm going to post that through the letterbox as well for Hello Games, so they can just have that. Last year we had to knock the door because we had some pretty big things to give to Hello Games. And yeah, the guy that opened the door, he seemed a little bit troubled by us all being there. I mean, we turned up in the morning to do a photo shoot and we figured we'd just hand everything over at the same time. Yeah, sadly, we got somebody that was a little bit shy and didn't really want to feature on any of the videos or anything like that. So, bit of a shame. But at the same time, lesson learnt. We're going to take things that can fit through the letterbox, hopefully, this year, people. So, lovely jubbly. And, yeah, it's great fun.
Kurt's here.
Kurt's here. Oh, let me... Hello, Kurt. How are you, mate?
Good in you. Am I late? Did I miss the party?
Not really. No. There you are. Hello, mate. What you got for us?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. Just jumped in to say hello. Go.
Just jumped in to say hello. I've been working on the creature builder and it's been going good.
I didn't mind. I've shown off that gift to Captain Steve of the animation. And yeah. Do you want to, Captain's Hour, talk about it? How much time you spent on it, Kurt?
I spent too much time on it. I spent all day. But it's nice. We got a breakthrough on the weekend. I'm happy about it. I'll be pushing that eventually. It's going to be cool.
Any new shiny things coming to the app? Is there anything on the cards for the app, or has all your time been on the creature builder and just day-to-day stuff?
It's all been on the creature builder.
Coolio.
I need to get back into the app again. There's a few bugs that have been there for so long that people have reported. But I'll get there.
Oh, it all seems to work fairly well for myself. We got a Lavdayo that's just dropped €2. Salutamundo. Thank you. And a lovely little sticker of some guy headbutting a call sign. Yes. Thank you. Lovely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet. Oh, the structure says he wants to go so bad. There's a lot of people that wanted to come. I've had a lot of people hitting me up saying that they hope to be there. I think Adventures with Dread was really hoping to be there. I know that they're messaging me about close hotels and things. So there's a lot of people travelling a long distance. You know.
Yeah. Do you want to show you one of the gifts I'll be giving out?
Yeah, go for it.
Right here.
Oh, you're giving away that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, that's from Star Wars.
It's from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Hello, Lola. Lola.
It's the little droid that the girl plays with, isn't it? Yeah. That's cool, isn't it? I like that.
You can scans and that. Well, you know, I brought some droids last year. Lola will be thingy. So, believe it or not, I got it. It's £100 droid. And I got it for 32 quid, and then they threw the box down on the floor. So I got it for 16 quid. So I don't mind giving it away. So
bargain. Yeah, nice one, Yogi. Cool. All right, so there's quite a lot being given away. There's probably other people that are going to be rocking up with stuff as well. So hopefully the raffle is going to be awesome, as it is pretty much every year, thanks to everybody that turns up and brings stuff. And Hello Games, we don't know whether they're going to be putting stuff in there. They might. Who knows? Yeah, interesting stuff. Can't wait. It's come around so fast, hasn't it? It really has. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kurt's travelling from quite a distance. Beeble's coming. He's travelling a distance as well. There's quite a few people that are really...
Sorry about your voice. She has a mind of her own. She'll go quiet in a minute.
No worries. Cool. What else have I got? I've got some new merch coming to my merch store. Let's just jump over there. I'll show you that quickly. So this is actually designed by a lady called Magda. And you can find her over on the old Twitter space, going by Vestiliate. And yeah, awesome artist. But there's my actual merch art that she done for my channel. And I've added a little bit to it, just my logos and stuff and where to find me. And if you can head on over to my merch store, you'll see it all here. But, you know, there's all sorts going on over there. So you can purchase whatever you want over there if you wish. There's also other merch things like Speculation is for tea drinkers. There's loads of stuff over here on my merch store now, but I think that looks freaking ace. You all right, Miyogi? What happened to you?
No, Kurt's got a video. You can see him.
Put my face on.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll be back in a second. Let's go back to the old Discord. So that's merch. So the new merch coming to my store soon, people. Let's go back to Discord. There he is. There's Kurt with his lovely background. Cool. Murray's head and my logo going into a black hole at the moment. Awesome. There's Beeble's logo. There we are. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Awesome stuff. All right. So have either of you two got anything else you want to add before we start to wind this down?
No, I mean, as I said, I don't think Kurt knows what I've got planned, but we've been talking about using the ship builder, the creature builder, as ship builder.
Is this a real thing, Kurt? Is this something you've committed to, or is this a pipe dream?
It's whether Kurt. I have to post it. This is the thing with Kurt. So it's Kurt's going, oh yeah, another 12 months of slaving over. No, I've actually got somebody else that basically has already looked into it, Kurt. So
okay, cool. Good, yeah. Okay, awesome.
Oh boy.
Kurt, do you think you might be doing some sort of assistant app for Starfield if it's something that you enjoy? Are you picking up Starfield?
Well, maybe if it's good, depending on how much you enjoy it. But I'm not going to buy it on the release day. I'll wait for people to play it and see what the opinions are. But if I like it, then I'll probably make an app for it.
Okay, Coolio. Well, I just thought I'd just ask the question since you're here. I didn't want to put you on the hot spot for it. But yeah, nothing's committal, is it? You know, there's nothing set in stone.
We'll make a Captain Steve app for Starfield.
No, you don't have to go to that extent. You know, make it just Starfield. Yeah, cool. Anyway, people, I don't really have. What's your hand just went up? It's like being back at school. Hello, Yogi. Yeah, go on then. What do you want?
No, on the launch day, and everyone's welcome on the Mooch Discord, on the launch time at 12 o'clock on the 1st, I will have a launch party for Starfield that will go on for as long as people want. Everyone's welcome. They say what they want to do. I won't play it. They say, can you go to this planet? Can you do this mission? Can you do that? And we'll talk about Starfield till the wee hours. So everyone's going to be a launch party at 12 o'clock, and everyone's welcome to come. So please, you know, I've already got a few people signed up for it, but yeah. Because I'll be covering it on the Xbox with Twitch and on the PC with obviously we've talked about doing cross streams on certain days with possible array scapting.
Cool.
You know,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we can deliver something in, but we're trying to do some sort of collaboration or some sort of podcasty thing like this, just talking about it at some stage as well. But for now, I've picked up a game that I'm really enjoying. Yeah, I'm not going to be playing the Outer Worlds now. I've kind of given up on that one. It's not for me. So I picked up Jurassic Park World Evolution 2.
Yeah.
It's great fun doing all the terrain and making your little paddocks and making your dinosaurs happy, finding out which ones you can put in the same cages as other ones without them tearing them a new one. I've only played it for like the first 2 hours. I've made the first impressions video that members can see right now, but I'm going to be putting that live tomorrow. But I have to say, I'm itching to play it again. Even when I'm right here, right now, I want to get it back in and check on my dinos and move forwards. Because you've got to do the campaign mode, you've got to do this chaos mode before you can unlock all the dinosaurs so you can undo the sandbox. And that's what I'm looking forward to with the sandbox mode. And I've been watching so much content on it as well. People that have actually done these awesome designs of parks and stuff. And it looks great. I didn't even know it was such a thing. I didn't know it was such a big thing either. It's got a massive following. It's got a new update coming out on the 10th of August with sea critters like sea turtles and shite. It looks awesome. Yeah. So well into that.
It's getting the passion, you know, to play the games. You know, that's what it is. It's getting passion into it. There's so many games out there. I looked at my library. Just on the PSN, I've got 440 games. I'm never going to play 440 games.
You know a game that I would love? I'd love a game that was like River Monster, you know, like that TV show River Monster with I think his name's Mick Wade, and he goes around catching all the biggest fish in the world, like these giant freaking nasty critters that he finds in rivers and stuff that shouldn't really be there, river monsters. I'd love a game like that, but also has like a spin-off cryptid hunting section where you go looking for cryptids as well as these giant freaking river monsters. That'd be awesome. Yeah, wish I could make games. That'd be so. I'd make that, or I'd make a game based on Supernatural, the TV show. That'd be great.
I'd play the hell out of that.
Heck yeah! You just make your own hunter, not Sam and Dean, but a spin-off sort of thing. You know, you go looking for vampires, werewolves, or ghosties, or whatever freaking you like. You'd specialise in a certain thing or something. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That'd be so cool. And if it's multiplayer, then you can gather up your team of people. This person's good at vampires, this person's good at something else.
Be awesome. Yeah. If you could make any game in the world, Kurt, what would you make?
Man, I've been struggling with that. I tried to make a game or start making a game 3 or 4 times, but it's just different to what I'm used to.
No.
I want something that you could play that's like a 3D survival game that you can build things, but then also there needs to be a mobile aspect that when you're not at your PC, that you could maybe send, I don't know, someone to go do errands, like the Assassin's Creed companion app. And then when you come back into your game, you can get all the rewards from those people that you sent out from the mobile app.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be cool. It's just finding a survival game genre that hasn't already been pigeonholed by something else as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
God. I'll have to give that a bit of thought. Nice. So, Yogi, if you could make any game, what would you make?
An evolution game. There used to be one on the Spectrum. Then they released Spores, where you get start off bacteria and you go up and then you evolve and evolve and evolve. That's what I think would be an interesting game. They've done it in the past, but there was a Spectrum game where you started out as a bacteria, then you went to a spider, and then you went on the hunt. And that sort of thing. So I've not seen anything like that, and it would be just good if we could do an evolution game.
Yeah, Spore was the last one. I kind of, when we saw the creature eggs come into the verse and the companion sort of thing, I honestly thought we was going to get something like that in No Man's Sky, where we could actually breed our own creatures that we could then put on abandoned planets. I thought that's where they were going to go with it. But what we got delivered in is still awesome, But there's still room for that. They could stick that in No Man's Sky, couldn't they?
Well, they keep the VDIs on every time. I did the Titan Worm, and then it appeared in Expeditions. I did the what was it? Using the simple HTML code. I did the Robot Companion, that appeared in it. I did the Jellyfish, which was, remember the Abyssal Hole? You said, Charlie Elias, Yogi, what the devil have you brought into you brought a green horrible thing into the verse, and then what did you do? Charlie Elias appeared. So somebody's watching out there. Somebody's actually saying, the facts to do. But there's so much potential within No Man's Sky to go. It's people like watching this channel now that can come out with the ideas and that it can be projected to a wider audience. I mean, it's amazing what Kirk can do and what he's done without burning himself out. Just with a creature builder, it's everyone comes up with ideas, and the Assistant No Man's Sky app, and it's bringing the community together as a cohesive group. So,
James MC says he'd like to see a decent Star Trek sandbox game. You know what? I don't think it's far off before we start seeing some very evolved games. I'm wondering whether, like AI, how good AI is getting. You've seen it where. You've probably seen mods of like the Matrix game where you can go talk to NPCs now and they use an AI to respond to you. You can actually talk to them using a mic in-game and they respond in-game. I reckon at some point we're going to actually get AI mission givers that actually generate missions on the fly. It's like this latest Baldur's Gate game. If they added in some AI in there for some side quests, that game could just go on for freaking ever. But yeah, just like a Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game. But imagine if they actually brought... I wonder whether... No, Hello Games actually said their next game is super ambitious and they're pushing the boundaries. I kind of wonder whether that might be part and parcel of whatever they're working on. Because what's bigger than creating a freaking simulated universe? What's more ambitious than that, apart from perhaps having a game that thinks for itself and learns and gives you new missions? What do you think the next title will be from Hello Games, Kurt?
I got no idea. I think it's definitely going to be space related.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely going to have some sort of proc gen in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the creatures, you could see like the older creatures are very basic, and then the newer ones, just the amount of accessories that they have on them and the amount of detail that they go into. It's the kind of thing that no one notices. Like, did you know that there's 5 different faces for birds? And that the bird creature can look like a moth or it can look like a bat. Like, it doesn't. Yeah. We don't see that. We just see a bird. So I'm hoping that, like, as with the newer creatures where they went wilder and crazier with the parts, that they'll do the same thing. As they're getting better at it as well. So.
Well, with the birds, you've got a bird type face, you've got a dragon type head, you've got a moth type head, you've got one that's got a big pelican type nose type thing. So.
And a dragonfly one.
Yeah, with the big bug eyes and the antennae. Yeah, and I think like one that looks like a hamster.
Yeah. But what also Captain we're working on is getting the invisible pets to be visible, to get the bug out of the Sentinel Walker.
Okay.
To get the untamable's tameable, and to get them to start laying eggs. So we are working on other things, to be honest with you. Obviously, Kurt is the sideline to what Kurt's doing with the creatures. So there'll still be areas where the creature builder won't be able to cope with it, because they're not in the files, are they not, Kurt? They're not in the the explorable files. It's like the whack-a-mole. In one mod, he's available. You can talk to him and interact with him, and when you use the other mod, he's invisible. So it's coming the two together like that.
Okay, nice one. So a little bit of housekeeping as well going on over on your side. Coolio. Shiny Red Flag says a time travel game, buddy. That'd be cool. I find it really hard to keep up with time travel-y type TV shows and stuff that jump all over the place. It always throws me off. But yeah.
They often cheat as well. And they go, oh no, that didn't actually happen. You just thought it did. Yeah. And I don't know how you could do that in a video game.
Yeah, lots of paradoxes and Inception-y type stuff. Yeah, I don't know whether that appealed to me too much. I kind of just want to switch off and play a game, you know. It's one of those things. If you've got to concentrate too much, I don't really get into those games as much as I used to. I used to love them, but now I just want to switch off and chill. Right.
A simpler way of that could be that whenever you time travel, you're just going to a different universe that's similar to yours in a way. And then that way you can mess around in it, and if you completely mess up the universe where it's not going to be nice to be in anymore, you just hop to the next one. There's no paradoxes then.
True, that could work. That'd be a better way of doing it, I think. It's like the game Portal. As fun as that was, that freaking done my head in. I was like, but like yeah, like
Andy was co-op, where there's like 4 portals then, 2 sets of 2.
I played a shoot 'em up that had that. So you could put a portal and you just shoot somebody. They could be the opposite side of the map, and you just stick a portal and shoot them. That was crazy. I was pretty good at that though. But yeah, it's an odd one. Maybe I was just up against a load of people who didn't really understand what was going on. But yeah, did all right. Anyways, so yeah, I've got that Jurassic Park game coming. It looks like somebody's already watched that. Lee Kramer says that was a great first impressions video, Captain. Yeah, I did have a bit of a frustration of trying to work out how to airlift a dinosaur that I'd put to sleep back to my base. But after I got past that frustration, I think it was an okay video. But some people like watching me lose my temper with games. So yeah, that's in there. Anyways, I'm ready to end off if you guys are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one thing to show.
Have you? Go on then.
A little trophy.
Of course. Yes. So when the people win the quiz, they're going to have their photo taken with this lovely, lovely award that Curtis had made that he's bringing to the meetup. It doesn't say the year on it, so he's going to bring it back each year, and it's just a little bit of a sort of a shouty out, boasty type thing to have your photo taken with that in a group thing. Because we'll probably keep the meetup website going, and then their picture will be there for a full-on year with that trophy. Winners of 2023. Heck yes. So awesome, nice one, Kurt, for having that made. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Captain, I dropped the link of the Discord for the virtual meetup.
Nice one, Coolio. Cool. So yeah, I'd have to grab that at some point. Could you ping it over to me in a DM or like on Twitter or something, and I'll put it in my meetup video as well, Yogi. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll send it to all of them. So
thanks,
and
mate.
then we can bring your laptop with me, and then it takes away that, and I'll just concentrate on that and the R2D2, and then people can have pictures taken with it. And this little sod here takes video pictures and films. He's an automated filmer as well.
Nice. The R2D2 cam. Yeah, you stick that on your channel after you're done, can't you? And Kurt, I don't know whether you'll be able to get that Discord live meetup link and stick that on your website for the meetup. Something that I do want to say though, Yogi, is I know that you had ideas that the people that are inside of the live might be able to take part in the quiz. I just want to say that
it was Nella that suggested it. So
yeah, I don't think that should be on the cards because we can't check that they're not checking Google, and also to send the gifts out across the world is going to be a bit difficult, and for them to get their photo with that trophy that Kurt's made, I don't think that's going to work. Of course they can take part and they can say, well, I got them all right, they can mark their own homework, but that's just for shits and giggles. They can take part, but there's no sort of winning of anything on the live quiz side. But yeah, and no helping people either on the live either that's actually in the room. Sneaky. Yeah. There we go. That's pretty much everything. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up then. All right, thank you very much for joining us out there in the viewerverse as well, and I hope your week goes great. And I am hoping that we do get to see something come in way of new expedition, but we've got to wait and see, I suppose. Yep. Take care, all. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks, Yogi. Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. All. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye again.